going on, everybody? Welcome back. If so, it's another market update video here at Benefit Central. I'm Benjamin, and today Bitcoin and the S&P charts. But before I get right into the market, please leave a like, drop a comment, and if you could subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. Everybody, honestly, shockingly, we did get our bull 180, and it went very well all the way to 1950 within less than an hour. We closed profits at 1950, was expecting to continue to 1950, but we waited for an entry, a confirmed entry, just because we were a tad overbought. And when we ended up waiting, we ended up rejecting, not just back down to 1920 or 1900, but straight below, shooting all the way down from 1950, all the way, like I said, worst case, to our indicators. So unfortunately, we are rejecting and headed down a bit lower, but it does not mean that we are breaking lower. We are temporarily breaking lower. We do get the news around 2 o'clock for the Fed minutes reports. So we do have to see how that ends up impacting the market. This could just be a relief rally for this bull run. Realistically, we don't know. And 2 o'clock is just around when that new daily closes. So realistically, we'll see how this daily closes. Right now, it's not too threatening to me, just because it is headed towards support. So realistically, we can find support either on our indicators or the next support where we found, which I'd probably say it's around here. Realistically, it's around 1800. So in yesterday's video, I did say more to 1750, but we should find support around our indicators if we end up rejecting. And around 1800 seems to be fair, especially with our indicators and a new daily arising as well in the next few hours. But other than that, realistically, everybody, we decided to correct a bit lower. This is what it's looking like. We can get a bear 180 if this ends up pursuing, and possibly a double top. But I doubt that's what's going to happen. But if it is a possibility, so do be careful. As well as the monthly leg down. So just be careful on these bearish scenarios, just because we aren't out of our biggest downtrend just yet. So once we confirm out of this, then yes, I am 100% more bullish than anything. But as of right now, you have to be more cautious for bearish moves. Everyone was commenting on why I'm so in and out as of lately, and very quick, and I just get in and get out, and I don't get in if there's not volume or momentum towards the way that I'm buying into, whether it's selling or buying. But realistically, now that we've rejected this low, I wasn't in it, thank God. But because of my rules and how disciplined you are with your rules. So because you have your rules, you need to listen to them. Because if I didn't listen to them and I just said, oh, I'm going to buy 1950 because we hit 1950, I would have immediately lost this trade, either within the morning or within the hour. I'm going to show you guys how quick this actually came down. And it was pretty gruesome, honestly. Confirmed head and shoulders, though. I did mention that it was a possibility. The only thing that threw me off was when we broke that with the 1950. So what an amazing spike that we got right there. Everybody, whoever lucked out on that one. But now we're crossing, bearish off this head and shoulders. Head and shoulders needs to continue. But other than that, I'll just show you guys the hourly, just to show you guys what happened. Boom, right, wicked all the way. As soon as we got that close, we tanked all the way down, like literally. What is that? That's 50 points. Yeah, that's 50 points off of the Ethereum, and then ended up tanking below our 200 moving average and into the 1823 area. So this is getting honestly pretty interesting, just because of the head and shoulders pattern that it is formed. But like I said, once again, we do need to see how we end up closing. If we close below indicators, and of course, and I do believe that we're going to head lower. But realistically, we are looking okay for at least 2 o'clock to see what ends up happening with the data reports. But other than that, let's go check in on everything else. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys just the S&P, just real quick, show you guys what happened. We are getting rejected, so if you guys are curious on why crypto and everything is reacting the way it is, the S&P 500 is rejecting off its 200 moving average, like we said so, in its descending channel where this is. So I mean, it is around the accurate area of where we would. I mean, we could get a squeeze pop and then just come back down like we've always, or we can continue this. It realistically depends. We did get our bullish cross right here for the daily, so realistically depends on how far we want to push this one, or the market makers really want to push this one. But as you can see, we're getting to that top where we should end up getting some rejection, if not, if we don't have enough bullish momentum. Honestly, I think it would shock the market if we continued without any kind of retracement back down. If we end up breaking back in to touch our all-time highs, I think that would shock the market tremendously. But honestly, anything is possible with what is being released today at 2 o'clock. But other than that, I'm going to just jump into the US 30. I saw some interesting stuff happening with them, and I thought that was pretty interesting. We broke past our 200 EMA and past our downtrend, which was very interesting for the US 30, but I think that is the best thing to happen so far. We are a tad overbought, just above the 70, so we're almost facing extreme overbought. But we did get this bullish cross right here, which is amazing for us, which probably led us to continue after our bottoms here. After we broke neckline, we ended up going all the way down. Realistically, if we end up breaking below our 200 EMA or our moving average, and then the rest of our indicators, the worst case scenario that I see again would be support above our neckline, which is around 32,000 realistically. But realistically, the number right there is 31,900. But other than that, realistically, the US 30 and the market, because of that, is looking completely fine. Just having a bit of a pullback. Let's see how far this either wicks down or how far it pulls back, if it gets to stay up there. But other than that, since I am showing you the indices, I will show you the NASDAQ or the futures. But as you can tell, we are getting rejected off our 200 moving average, just like the S&P 500 after breaking our triple bottom and double bottoms. Obviously with a bullish cross, so we just realistically, like I said, need to see how far we end up turning back. But like I said, I'm seeing at least some support, either around 1,300 or around where our triple top, or not triple top, but triple bottom or double bottom was around 12,247, so 12,250. But other than that, realistically, it's a healthy correction as long as we do not continue violently downward. Everything looks completely fine. I know that the mass amount of momentum that was pushed out into the market was kind of scary. The only reason Bitcoin looks a bit more intimidated is just because it is curving and it's below its indicators right now. I believe that's our 20 moving average and our 50. So it is a bit interesting on the way we are deciding to curve, but we can instantly get this curve back depending on 2 o'clock's obviously depending on 2 o'clock's report. But other than that, realistically, with the way we've rose up to our 25K, this could have been a rejection point, and we could end up coming back down probably around 20,000. If this was enough to push us back down, we'd end up around support. We'd end up around support, which it would be around 21,500, around 22, or not 21. 21,500, or around around 22. So just be careful on that if we do end up falling back down, just to relieve the RSI, even though the RSI doesn't need it too much, and get some more steam going just because of how much we've pulled back. We could just be testing our 200 moving average as well, just because 25K is a bit of a resistance, obviously. So let's go ahead and check in on the monthly. We do still have this massive amounts of bearish energy coming in from our downtrend, as well as this possible leg down. So realistically, I am excited to see what is happening in the news today, because this very well could set everything up to tank again. But realistically, we've been trying to push out of it, so we do need to see how this is going to form. We are extremely oversold as well for the monthly, so we do need to see how everything closes today and what kind of reports are being released today. But other than that, realistically, that's it for the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the index, or in the future charts. But looking in on XRP, just for you guys, it's very, very similar. Exact same GBI kind of formation coming right here. And our weekly is looking just as weak. And that, realistically, the XRP is looking a bit bearish. I don't realistically like how it's trending and trading. It's just consolidating sideways. But we are bullishly crossed, as well as now curving down. So realistically, like I said, we just have to see how today closes. But other than that, everybody, I will catch you guys in the next one. That was just another quick market update video. I know it was a big emergency because everyone was a bit shook. I got a few messages this morning from last night's play. Of course, most made money off of that, but some expected it to continue past 1950. And I had stated it possibly won't, and that at least to take 50% of profits when it hits 1950. And if you see a bit of rejection, then obviously take the next half. But other than that, everybody, catch you guys in the next one. Ciao.